How's it going, everyone? Today we have 4 events in Disney Speedstorm, brand new events today that have a ton of awesome rewards, including some pretty rare characters that have not been available for free in literal seasons, most notably Steamboat Pete. As you can see, there is a good amount of shards for him in these events, and I'm going to go over a full guide of all these events. Currently, Disney Speedstorm, I'm sure as you all know, is not in the best state. The Golden Pass changes were just announced a couple days ago. We are currently waiting for news, but Gameloft has given us these events, which I think are a nice little compensation in the meantime while we all anxiously await for them to say anything at all. Now, taking a look at the first event, Nobody Gets Left Behind, the event structure is kind of weird here. It's like the same for all these events. So pretty much you have up until level 30 for Lilo and Stitch if you want all of the rewards. However, there is a lot of like Lilo shards up for grabs. If you have a level 10 or 15 Lilo, you can get 5 Lilo shards pretty easily, which is going to be nice for me. I can get my Lilo up to 4 stars, just like that. And then if you want Stitch shards, you are going to have them at level 30 in order to complete these Superstar objectives. And then some of the Superstar rewards that you'll be missing out on are the Epic Crew Member shards for Stitch and some extra Steamboat Pete shards. And that's kind of how all these events are structured. For example, the Call of the Wild event. At the Superstar level, there's an Epic Crew Member for Baloo and then 3 random Lilo shards, which obviously isn't related to Baloo and Mowgli. And then you can get those Mowgli shards as long as you have like a level 15 Mowgli, and then you can get the Baloo shards if you complete all these Superstar objectives. So I think these events are actually structured pretty nice, and the really good thing is that all of the characters featured in these events, Hades and Belle and Beast and Gaston, all these characters are getting shards for. They're all featured in the season tour in one way or another. So for those of you who might be missing out on like your last 2 medals or whatever in order to claim the Ursula box at the end of the season tour, these events might be what you need in order to actually progress through the season tour and get that final Ursula box that I think has like 100,000 season coins in it, as well as like 20 Ursula shards. So that's really nice. But we're gonna go through this event. We're just gonna play it once as Lilo. I'm not even gonna read. Actually, let's play it once as Stitch because he's level 50, and it's always fun to play as a level 50 character, right? So we'll go through this and get some of these rewards, but I mean, it's always nice to just get events like these. They are a little bit pay to win because we do have a lot of level 30 objectives. However, as long as you have a few of these characters unlocked and at level like 15 or 20, you'll still be able to get a decent amount of shards, and you're only really missing out on a few extra things at the end. And again, it's like I'm totally okay with them monetizing the game like this, like circling back to the Golden Pass situation, because it's just on my mind right now. Everyone is talking about it in the community. It really sucks when Gameloft does things like, taking our old Golden Pass system and sort of locking some of the rewards that we would be able to get for free and making us pay for them. Whereas events like these, we would have never gotten these rewards had they not had the events. So the events literally just existing is already a buff to free-to-play players, as long as they can do anything in it, which, most players should be able to. There's literally a Daisy Star Chaser right now and Daisy objectives. So everyone should be able to get some sort of rewards, and then if you want to pay more to get some of the extra rewards, you can do that and upgrade some characters in the process. So I think this is a totally fine system, and I'm actually a huge fan of these events. I hope they do them at the end of every season, ideally a little bit sooner than like a week before, like maybe when the last chapter comes out, they release events like these, where we get some extra shards for some of, the rarer characters featured in the season tour. So maybe, if you've been playing Racer Boost the whole season with them and you're a couple shards short, this will be able to ramp you up to that. But here we go, reaching the finish line as Stitch. We'll see how many objectives we actually completed in that race. If we get our Lilo shards, we will officially be a 4-star Lilo, which is very exciting because I do have intentions of completely maxing out the Lilo and Stitch collection, and I'm slowly working my way there. It's actually going quite well. I almost have everything at 5 stars except for like the Epic Crew Members and Lilo and Gontu. Okay, but we didn't quite get these 2 Lilo shards, so we're gonna have to play this as Lilo now and try and drift for 300 meters is our main goal, and use manual boost 6 times for those Duck Family shards, which is another very nice reward that I will happily take. Okay, now that the game is done syncing with the server, we're back in the event. And again, I do love events like these. It also does help me keep me distracted a little bit because, the whole community's kind of in uproar. I'm really hoping we'll get news today, and if we don't, I will probably make a follow-up video just covering the whole situation once again because there's been a lot of developments. For example, the silence has actually gotten worse in the sense that our community managers aren't responding anymore, and there's articles being published and stuff like that, but I'll talk more about that in that separate video if I do end up making it, depending on what happens today. And honestly, I would just prefer anything to happen. Like, I do love these events. I think they are a very nice addition to the game. But some more official news from Gameloft would be more what I'm preferring. Yeah, these events are honestly kind of easy. With my account, I have like every character at level 30 or above, but for free-to-play players, they might be a little bit harder. They should be doable, however, as long as you have a character within 5 levels of the recommended objective. As long as you have that, it shouldn't be too difficult. Lilo is definitely a lot slower than my Stitch, but that's okay. I like her little backflip midair. Oops, and after we complete this, we should have Lilo at 4 stars. And then we can move on to the other events. I'm not going to play through all of them in this video. I don't tend to do that. I just sort of wanted to cover them and showcase some of the rewards you can get and how it can help you progress through your season tour a little bit more. Let's cross the finish line here and then claim our 4-star Lilo at long last. Lilo and my Duck Family shards. Those are really the main 2 rewards I wanted. I'll go back after I'm finished recording and play through all of them, just to finish up all the objectives. But there we go, Lilo ready to star up. Now she is 4 stars. We are working our way to collection level 57, but I'm very excited about that because now that means my Lilo and Stitch collection is getting quite stacked. If we take a look at my accounts, Lilo and Stitch is fully completed. Stitch is maxed at 5 stars, Lilo's 5 stars level 46, Jumba's 5 stars level 41, Gontu's almost at 4 stars, and now Lilo has just hit 4 stars. And as you can see, most of my crew members, except for these 2 and the epics, are completely maxed out. So we are making good progress there. But again, this should help most of you guys with your season tour to claim the final box if you need a couple extra medals for that. This should kind of get you over that threshold. And also another thing they've added in today's sort of update with the new events is we have another season tour support box. The support box number 6, this was just added, and it is actually just the Easter box, but reskinned. So the Easter box must have sold really well for them to basically put it in the game again, just under a different name. And they also extended the duration of the Easter box like 5 times. So the Easter box must have done really well for them to just put it right back in the game again, but as a season tour support box. And this was a season tour support box I was imagining would happen, but that's nice to have, I suppose. And then we also have the Old Friends New Beginning box, where you have a chance to get pretty much any of the base epic crew members in the game, from a 5 to 20 shard drop rate. I would not recommend buying this box. I've seen that most of the time you just get 5 shards and you don't get anywhere near 20. If you got like 20 every time, then yes, it would be worth it, but it doesn't seem like the box gives you that good of value. But yeah, that's today's Disney Speedstorm update. We got new events, still waiting on word from Gameloft on the whole situation that's unfolding. We have about 5 days left in the season, I believe. Yep. Hopefully there's not a delay. We still haven't gotten an official date announcement. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of these events, and I will catch you all in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.